Ladies, 2 minutes of practice remaining, 2 minutes of practice. Just want to remind you about your ball surface has to be adjusted, the high tables behind you, and it's only by the athletes. All right, spectators, as you're in here routine great bowling, don't be afraid to clap along, but good luck and good scoring.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to our continuing live coverage of the USBC Summer Team USA Trials. Round 2 for the women about to get started on the Montreal pattern, medium pattern. Women bowled their first round last night, which was 3 games. You can find results at bowl.com/summertrials. Ashley Rucker leading after 3 games last night, 633. Shannon O'Keefe second place at 603. Christina Halen in third at 582. Kimmy Davidson fourth place, 579. And Brandy Silva in fifth at 558. So low scoring opening round on the short pattern for the women yesterday. Today we bowl on the medium, 6 games. And everybody comes back tomorrow morning for the final 6 games to complete their 15-game total. The top 2 women earning automatic spots on Team USA 2015 based on the 15-game totals that will be finalized tomorrow in the morning. They start at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, the women do. And we should know by about 11 a.m. tomorrow morning who our 2 members of Team USA 2015 will be. First 2 members, the rest of the team to be determined in Las Vegas in January at the Team USA Trials. More information information on that event at bowl.com/Team USA Trials.
No. That's why. Naked.
The men have completed 9 games of the 15 that they'll be bowling in this tournament. Mike Fagan leading at 21.08. That's a 234.22 average. Chris Coella in second place at 20.30. That is 78 pins back of first. Justin Bowie in third place. He is at 2005, which is 103 back of Fagan. Devin Bidwell, fourth place, 1976. And Vince Biondo in fifth at 1959. You can see all the standings at bowl.com/summer trials. Pace of play will be a lot quicker with the women than it was with the men earlier today. The women only 3 on a pair, so they'll get done significantly faster than the men did. And again, we will see all of the players for 2 full games on this squad, as there's only 6 pairs in play and we're showing you 2 of them. If you'd like to see the live scoring, you can go to bowl.com/summer trials, click on the results page. There's a link to the live scoring right there where you can check that out if you'd like to see the scores for the other pairs that are not being live streamed. You're watching live coverage of the USBC Summer Team USA Trials here on Bowl TV. Game 1 wrapping up in our women's round 2. Some very good scores this game across the International Training and Research Center here. Christina Halen, 256 max score with 1 shot to go. Stephanie Johnson's bowling a big game. She can shoot 269 heading into the 10th. Ashley Rucker, the leader coming into today, can still shoot 243 with a frame to go. Shannon O'Keefe has a max of 247 out there, so big scores out there in game 1 to start things off on this medium Montreal pattern.
please remember to push the space bar when you finish your game. That'll make everything go a little quicker with the scoring up here for us. Thank you.
Well, we're about 7 frames into game 2. Update on the standings for you after 4 total games. Actually, Rucker leading at 863. Christina Halen moves up to second at 837. Shannon O'Keefe at 819. Stephanie Johnson 809 and Kayla Johnson 787. That's your top 5. After 4 total games. Again, after 15 games total over 3 days, we will award 2 automatic spots on Team USA 2015 to the top 2 women after the 15-game totals are completed. All right, we're in game number 3 now of 6. Moving right along, bowling at a very quick pace on this squad. Ashley Rucker in the lead with 11.20. That's a 224 average. Ashley bowling 230, 257 today for her first 2 games. She has started to pull away a little bit. Kayla Johnson moves up to 2nd place at 10:44. Kayla with a couple of big games to start this day. A couple of 250 games, 255 and a 257 have moved her up the standings very quickly. Shannon O'Keefe is in 3rd place at 10:24, and Stephanie Johnson is in 4th at 1,001. Shannon O'Keefe on the featured pairs this game. She's the only one in the top 5. It looks like that's on the featured pairs this game, and we'll have Shannon for this game and game 4 as well, as they're only moving one pair to the right or to the left. Once again, Ashley Rucker leading at +120. Kayla Johnson in 2nd at +44, and Shannon O'Keefe in 3rd at +24 after 5 total games. Give you a look at the standings here. You can see after 5 games, as I mentioned, Ashley Rucker in the lead, Kayla Johnson second, Shannon O'Keefe third, Stephanie Johnson in fourth, and Christina Halen rounding out the top 5. These are just for today, 2 game totals. We'll let it run through one more time for the overall standings so you can take a look again. Thank you. All right, game 4 underway. We've updated standings already after that last game. And after 6 total games, Ashley Rucker still in the lead at 13-12. Kayla Johnson at 12-56. Shannon O'Keefe at 12-28. And Stephanie Johnson at 12-09. We'll give you a look at the standings on the screen here. You can see Ashley Rucker plus 112, Kayla Johnson plus 56, Shannon O'Keefe plus 28. That's after 6 total games, 3 yesterday, 3 today. And those are the totals just for today. Kayla Johnson at plus 124, Ashley Rucker plus 79. So those totals from today, no surprise that they're right up there. Yesterday was a low-scoring day for the women. Today, a little bit higher scoring. And you can find those results at bowl.com/summer trials. Bowl.com/summer trials. Click on 2014 results, and you'll find the link for the women's results and for the live scoring as well. Halfway through, we'll be done at about an hour and 20 minutes, and it'll call it a day. The women will be on the lanes first tomorrow at 8 a.m. Central Time, followed by the men at about noon. Watching live coverage of the USBC Summer Team USA Trials here on Bowl TV. Game number 4 for the women. Kayla Johnson's got the front 4 this game, so keep an eye on her on 11 and 12 as we move along and bowling at a pretty quick pace. And Neil Strummel's back again, and Neil is going to talk a little bit about the upcoming Team USA Trials in January. Tell us how that event works and how you can get entered to bowl.
Yes, thank you, Lucas.
You're welcome. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, team trials in January will be in Las Vegas starting January 2nd and going through the 7th, bowl 5 days on 5 different patterns. Right now on bowl.com, you can sign up. If you go into bowl.com and click on tournaments and go down to Team USA Trials, it's all set up. We anticipate getting sold out on the men's side, and we anticipate over 110 or 20 bowlers on the women's side. It's a great event, a lot of opportunities. Best way to make the team. And making the team is a reward in itself. It's truly an experience and covers your costs for. We cover everything as far as getting to camp, any travel with the team, some variety of equipment like bags and things like that, and good stuff. So it's a great tournament. It's been growing for the last 5 to 7 years, and there aren't too many events or too many things in bowling that have grown in the last 5 to 7 years. So we're confident we're doing something right. It's right away after the New Year's in January, and it's in Vegas, so can't go wrong there. It's going to be at the Orleans, and we have great rates at the hotel. Somewhere around $40 during the week, and $65 on the weekend. So very good rates for a good hotel in Las Vegas, very close to the Strip. A lot of things to do. It's always a great event. and great time. So hopefully everybody signs up. Like I said, I anticipate being sold out on the men's side. So I hope that I hope you get signed up as quickly as possible. So we're looking at the rates, and they are
pretty close to what you said.
Yeah,
50 on the weekdays and 65 about on the weekends.
Yep. So, and we might actually, is that our rate or is that? Yeah. Okay. So it's you know, pretty good deal. Get your best bowling buddy and get signed up and share a room, and it'll be half that price. So it's a good event. It's been growing. I'm excited about it. I think we'll be sold out on the men's side right around Thanksgiving. So if you want to make sure you get your spot held, I would get it in early. We had people on the waiting list last year, and some, you know, and it barely worked out if you were on the waiting list, and only because of some weather issues out east. So get signed up, get in there, and we'll see you in January at the Orleans in Las Vegas. I see that Kayla Johnson left an 8 count in the 7th frame, but still definitely a front 6 and a good game going. This game 4, this is when we start to see some strings of strikes coming up. People are getting comfortable, and a little bit of transition has happened. The lanes have opened up a little bit, and this is when we see some scores. So I'd expect to see some good scores this game and next game.
Yeah, Kayla's bowled really well today. 724 for her first 3, so well, she's just demolishing this pattern so far today.
Yeah, and she did okay yesterday on the short, but it's only 3 games on the short, so she's already made up for that and put herself in good position.
And she's going to be leading after this game because Ashley Rucker's only got 108 in the 7th this game. So
ouch.
Kayla is going to move into the lead. She was 56 pins back, so she's made that up plus some already this game. 80 up this game. So
yeah. So that'll be good. Last year, Kayla Johnson qualified for Team USA through this event. She bowled well last year. I specifically remember it. She bowled well on short, and she did just okay on short yesterday. So I know she's worked on that. She's practiced that. And with only 3 games, I think she didn't quite get there and get comfortable. So. But now, there we go, there's another strike. But now on the medium pattern and on the long pattern tomorrow, she's going to be much more comfortable. She'll make up those pins and have a good chance to make the team again, which should be great for her. I know it's been a great experience for her. She got to bowl at the Pan Am Sports Festival, which is the Pan Am qualifier. So it's how we qualify for the Pan Am Games, and it's an important event for us. And she qualified through this event right here and got to bowl, you know, a key event for Team USA. We have, you know, 2 spots for the men and 2 spots for the women open, and there'll be a little bit of movement continuing today, I'm sure, and then tomorrow, you know, if you do not do well on a long pattern, tomorrow is the longest pattern that we use. It's Paris, it's 47 feet, and if you're not comfortable bowling on long, it's going to be a long day. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. I think there'll be some movement in the standings again tomorrow. Yeah, right now we have Kayla Johnson just moving into the lead in the middle of this game. We have Shannon O'Keefe, who's got 5 in a row at this point. She does have an open, but she's making a move as well. So Ashley, who had been in the lead, pretty strong lead through the first day, is struggling a little bit this game.
Yeah, actually got a max of 178 in this game, which is going to...
She's already 10 pins behind what Kayla already has.
Yes.
In the seventh.
Exactly. Kayla can shoot 278 this game. She's getting ready to step up on lane 12. I'll tell you, Kayla has been on my radar as a potential elite level bowler for a number of years now, and so it was really fun to see her make Team USA for the first time last year, because I always thought it was only a matter of time, because there aren't that many women with her rev rate and her ball speed out there that have the power like she does, and it's unique, and so that's what you look for when you look for people who have the potential to be kind of superstars in the sport, is uniqueness when it comes to their game, and she's got the skills that a lot of women don't have.
Yeah, I remember you and I in Las Vegas a year and a half ago talking about her and how she was doing on whatever pattern it was that day, and we knew she wasn't going to make the team at that point, but same thing, just like you're saying, we knew she had the skills, she was improving, and you could see it coming, and she's got speed and rev rate, and she's been working on the different patterns, she's been working on her accuracy and consistency, and it's paid out. And now she's got that, and now she's got the confidence to go along with it. So she
has skills that you have a hard time teaching. That's kind of what it comes down to, I think.
Agreed. You can work on some consistency and accuracy through your form and your ball position and hand position and what have you. You can work on those things to an extent, but it's really tough to improve rev rate and ball speed at this point in someone's life, male or female. Either they got it or they don't.
Yeah, that's something you have to
work
on pretty early in your development of your bowling game.
It's part of your natural tempo.
Yeah.
If you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. Nick Bohannon, who's a trainer for Team USA, he would tell you, there's certain speed windows for boys and certain speed windows for girls, and a speed window is a time frame in which they really improve their athleticism, or can improve their athleticism and improve their speed, and that's the time to work on it. And if they happen to be involved in sports, certain sports at that age, they jump, they accelerate in their ability to be fast for the rest of their life, and they've started to learn what time frame that is for kids, and that affects virtually all sports, but bowling is one of them, and we're talking about your ability to have a natural speed and momentum to your game and to your body. Kayla with another strike. Shannon finishes out with a 237. So she'll make a little bit of a move here too. Ashley Rucker finishes with a split in the 10th for a 152. So she's going to drop out of first. Another person, similar to Kayla, that's here that we talked a little bit about last team trials is Erin McCarthy. She's bowling on lane 13 right now, and she's down a little bit in the standings. She's come close at team trials before, and she just has a similar look and game to her. Now she's got a ball roll that you just can't teach, and she's going to make it one day, just like we talked about with Kayla.
Well, Kayla's going to be at 267. Actually, Ashley Rooker only shot 152, so Kayla's going to definitely be your new leader after this game with 2 to go on the day. Shannon O'Keefe was in third, and where's Shannon at?
She shot 237 right here in front of us.
Right in front of us, yeah, 237. So she'll probably, let's see, how far behind was she of Ashley? She
made up 85 pins.
Yeah, and she was 84 behind her, it looks like. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like she was 84 behind her, so it'll be pretty close.
Yeah, so second, which is our, we take the top two. And second place is very tight right now, and in actuality, all the top several 4 or 5 spots are pretty tight. We'll see some movement again tomorrow on the long pattern, I'm sure.
Well, only 2 games to go before we call it a day here. They've been bowling at a very quick 25 minutes and 30 seconds per game.
Wow.
Thereabouts. Not that I'm keeping track or anything. It's one of my hobbies when I'm doing a live streaming. I keep track of mentally how long it takes each game. And that way, for when we do the schedule for next year's tournament, we have a better idea of how to fit the schedule in so that it's pretty close. But yeah, you never can get it exactly right. It seems like every year the bowlers get slower and slower. It seems like so.
Yeah, and that's not only in the U.S., that's across the world. And I don't know. It's painful. Kevin Dornberger, president of World Bowling, talks about appealing to sponsors and appealing to the masses for people to come watch, trying to get in the Olympics. And longer games is not something that he appreciates, because it's harder for him to sell sponsorship for something that just seems as slow as bowling. And it's hard for most people to understand, the scoring pace. Like, right now, Heather, sitting with 2 in a row and a 161 in the 8th. What does that mean? What kind of score is she going to get? Well, you and I know that she's got a 210 max right now. And, it's just second nature for us, but the average person looking at that doesn't know how that goes. And so another thing Kevin is doing from a World Bowling standpoint is looking at different options for scoring. Now, he's not looking to get rid of the scoring system we have in front of us today. Our leagues are going to continue to do what we do. Yeah,
I've heard some people who are confused about that. They're not looking to make changes in your local bowling center or your league. It's more of just an elite level, world championship level change is kind of what they're looking at. Not anything that would affect you in your local league. Not really looking at that.
I kind of look at it like Baker. The Baker format is out there. They use it collegiately, but nobody's forcing it on league bowlers. There might be a handful of leagues across the country that use Baker as part of their system, but for the most part, it's has nothing to do with league bowling across the U.S. So it's just like that. Hopefully they'll come up with something good, fun, and exciting, and help the IOC people that vote on what sports go into Olympics. Hopefully they see that and like it and enjoy it. I don't know what it's going to be, but they're going to look at it, and if they like it, that'll help us. So that's all that matters as far as I'm concerned.
I personally would love to see the pace of play sped up in TV finals when you've got like a stepladder finals, where the traditional pro style is somebody bowls the first frame and then 2 frames till the end, and that's a pretty slow format for television or for live streaming. I think it's more compelling when it's alternating shots. It goes faster and it's just quicker actions. It's just constant activity rather than sitting around waiting 45 seconds for somebody to throw a ball.
Yeah, I think the world wants to hear what you have to say in between every frame. So it's really for you, Lucas.
Right.
And you're complaining about it. So if you throw one ball and then you wait, that gives you time to say whatever you want to say.
Well, actually, it worked out okay at the team trials earlier this year, because you had 2 matches going on simultaneously.
Yeah.
So in that situation, there's always bowling happening. So there's something to see all the time. But when you've just got one match going on, it gets pretty slow. And we saw that at the World Youth Masters Finals, where they had 6 matches in a row, and it drug on for 3.5 hours. And your regular sports fan, I don't know that you're going to keep their attention for that long. But those are the kind of problems that Kevin's trying to solve at World Bowling, and just trying to figure something out to get bowling in the Olympics, because what's been going on for the past 100 years hasn't really
hasn't got us there.
Really gotten it. Not that the Olympics has been around for 100 years, but you know what I'm saying.
It has.
Has it?
Oh, yeah.
Bowling hasn't been around, I guess. Since 18 USBC was
1896 was the modern day Olympics in Athens.
Oh, there you go. So bowling is about the same age.
Yeah, it's about the same age.
USBC.
See, we should have been part of it if we'd have got our act together right off the bat.
Sorry, that's around the same
Slackers.
time that the USBC Open Championships started. Was way back, way back before our time, before our fathers' times.
If we'd have got in, we'd have all kinds of other problems. We'd probably be kicked out by now, because I look back at some of the old World Championships and PAPCON, American Zone it was called back then, championships, and they had team games of like 7 and 9 people. So we have 5 people on a team now, and a lot of people think that's too much, myself included. But they had 7 and 9 person team games.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. I can't imagine that.
5 is a lot now.
5 is a lot.
Especially now that it used to be. I sound like an old curmudgeon over here. It used to be back in the old days that you could bowl a 5-player team game in an hour, and now it seems like it takes an hour and a half.
Yeah. Well, we just watched the World Youth, like you said, and they had 4-person boys teams and 4-person girls teams.
Those were an hour.
And so, and that was, like you said, that was slow, because it was one at a time, and we need to speed up the play. We need to either have it going on concurrently or speed up the play. So we'll get something figured out and hopefully test it out and see how it goes.
Well, I think people have heard enough of us babbling about slow play, so we'll give an update on the standings here. If it's updated, let me refresh and see if we've got it here. Yep, Kayla Johnson in the lead, 15-23, and hey, my math was exactly right. Shannon O'Keefe in second place by 1 pin over Ashley Rucker, 14-65. And Ashley is third at 14-64. Stephanie Johnson in fourth at 14-03. And then fifth place is Christina Halen at 13-88. We've got Ashley Rucker and Kayla Johnson and Stephanie Johnson on the featured pairs this game. Ashley Galante's in sixth place. She's on our featured pairs this game, former Team USA member. She made Team USA back when she was like 16 or 17 years old, I think. Back when the
must have been.
Yeah, when the team trials were in Reno, and that's been a while since it was in Reno. She made the team. That was I think back when there was. There was one point where we had more. Did we have more than 12 on the team, or we had 12 on the team?
Probably 12.
Yeah, I think we had expanded for a couple of years there, and Ashley made her way onto the team at the team trials that one year, and she's trying to get back on again.
Yeah, I think the last time we were in Reno was 2006 or 7 or something like that. But we've been in Vegas for quite a few years in a row now, and like I said, we've increased participation. We seem to have found the sweet spot early January. It's when people can get time off. Travel to Vegas is cheap. The hotel rooms are cheap. And school hasn't started for college kids as well as a lot of high school kids. And it's just a good time.
Ashley Galante was on Team USA in 2007.
There you go.
7 years ago.
2007, that was Reno. That was a year that our friend Mike Larson tried out for Team USA in 2007.
Oh yeah?
In Reno, yeah. And he did not make it. But he is a good bowler. I saw him shoot 300 at Nationals, so there you go. Something he accomplished something.
Let's see, and Ashley was born in 1988. So she was 16 when she made it onto the team. She was born in September 1988, so she was, wait, 2007? No, not quite.
Yeah, that's more like 19.
19, yeah.
She just turned 19.
Assuming this is right. You never know with Facebook if, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm sure
ages
she's
are right on here.
I'm sure she's happy that you announced that to all of our listeners out there.
That's right, all 224 of them. Ashley does have a big fan base out there. She, you know, she did some of the extra frame stuff on the PBA Tour for a while, and made a name for herself that way.
Very involved in bowling. Just throws a strike there. She's got 3 of the first 4. She's in good shape here. She's been bowling well this week. We have the Johnson sisters about to step up on 9 and 10.
That was my trivia question for this year's Team USA, was how many Johnsons are there on Team USA this year? Do you know the answer to that?
And most people forgot Stephanie, probably, huh?
Yeah. How many are there on Team USA currently? How many people with the last name Johnson?
Yeah, I remember when you posted this, and I guess all the names were fresh in my head.
It's hard to think, isn't it?
There's Liz Johnson.
Yep. And you got 2 of them in front of you. So.
Yeah, Kayla and Stephanie. And I'm probably forgetting a guy is probably what I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, we had AJ AJ Johnson who bowled helped it or bowled at the Tournament of Americas earlier this month. So
yeah, four people with the same last name.
3 girls and one boy. None related, I don't believe.
And, you know, we have a former Team USA member named Tish Johnson as well.
Yep,
so
yep.
He's had a lot of folks with that last name in recent years on Team USA. It's my exciting trivia for the day.
Trivia time.
That's right.
If you could have called in with those answers, we would have sent you a free gas card to Amoco.
Yeah, AA, MCM. Well, we've got like about a game and a half to go here. We were talking about Erin McCarthy a couple minutes ago. She's got the front 4 on 11 and 12 right now.
There you go. She just needed my vote of confidence.
That's right.
I'm like the reverse of the jinx, of the Wiseman jinx.
You cancel out the jinx, right?
I guess so. Yeah, just watch how she gets through the ball here. Her ball roll is fantastic, and she just keeps getting better. I don't know how she gets so much on the ball for such a tiny girl, but of course she's throwing a black ball, so you can't quite see it so well.
She didn't really get much of that one either.
Yeah, obviously needed a little bit more to carry that 10-pin.
And it's nice to see Stephanie out here bowling well. She just had her first baby not too long ago.
Yeah, Levi Johnson.
That's right, just a couple of months ago, right? I can't.
Yeah, I think it's like
not
2
even.
months.
Yeah, he's
7 weeks. Yeah, 7 weeks.
Supposedly he's going to be in the ITRC tomorrow. I haven't met him yet, but looking forward to that tomorrow.
Well, he'll be bowling the men's squad.
That's right.
I don't know if he's age eligible, but
15 years, 16 years, maybe.
Probably with his parents.
Yeah,
he'll be bowling.
Of course, Stephanie married to former PBA Rookie of the Year, Chris Johnson.
Yes. So Erin misses that 10-pin. I saw her miss a 10-pin just like that earlier today. I'm sure she's done it a couple more times, but that's the kind of stuff we got to fix. She's got great ball roll. Got to concentrate and focus on every shot, cover those spares, and we'll be on our way. Stephanie stepping up on lane 10. She finally, after 3 9 spares, she has a strike, so she's looking for a double. Part of the Johnson sisters. carries that one, so maybe she's got it figured out now. It's tough when you move every game. You got to figure out the pair as quickly as possible and start striking. So it's not uncommon to see a couple of missed shots early, splits or washouts, or just not strikes. And you got to get through those and figure it out as quickly as possible and start striking. That's true internationally, and that's part of our deal. That's what we need to see. We need to know that people can see that, figure it out, handle it, and start striking.
Well, live streaming will continue tomorrow at 8 a.m. Central Time. The women on the lanes again tomorrow morning to finish out their 15-game totals, and then the men will be on in the afternoon. And then our next live stream event is going to be next month in Colombia.
Ah, yes.
It's what, about 2 weeks away now? It's not very long away. It's September 13th, I think, is when we start the PABCON Women's Championships. Are you going down there, Neil?
I do not plan to go, no. The team will be down there. Tennille will be down there representing, I guess, management of Team USA. Obviously, Rod and Kim will be there, and we got a great group of girls going, and they need to bowl well to qualify for the Pan Am Games. I'm very confident that that will happen, and we'll be bowling in Toronto next year at the Pan Am Games.
Yeah, let's hope they qualify. There's 13 countries that are signed up for the PABCON Women's Championships. Last I saw, 64 bowlers from 13 countries.
That's lower than I expected. It's usually a pretty big event. Usually we get closer to 20. I'm going from memory, but we have 24 teams in the American Zone in PABCON, and something, a major championships like that, usually we get virtually all of them.
I can tell you who's not bowling. I got the list right here. We've got Bermuda, Bolivia, Brazil aren't bowling. So Brazil was one that you would expect to bowl, but they're not. Chile's not bowling, which is kind of surprising.
Well, Chile's already qualified for Pan Am Games, so maybe they're not.
I think Brazil has.
Yeah, you're right, they have too.
Curacao, Ecuador, El Salvador, Honduras, Virgin Islands, Paraguay, Peru, and Uruguay not bowling. So about half the countries aren't sending anybody to the tournament.
That's surprising. Now Peru sent a boys team to the World Youth. But
we just got breaking news that little Levi is watching Mom bowl on the live stream at home. So
excellent.
Hi to Levi, cheering on Mom at home.
I don't know if he recognizes his name yet, but hi, Levi.
Yeah, probably not.
But Peru sent a boys team to Hong Kong, but they didn't send a girls team. So I think they're developing their youth teams. Well, they're developing their teams and starting with their youth, which is logical. But I don't think they're ready with the female side yet, which is unfortunate. But hopefully they get there. They actually, Lima, Peru is actually the host for the next Pan Am Games in 5 years.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it would behoove all of us if Peru puts a pretty good team together, because we want to make sure that they include bowling, because it is something that could be excluded each year. And Peru is not a country that has a lot of bowling centers or a lot of good bowling centers to host this event. So I am a little concerned about that.
Well, I guess need to get working with the head of the Peruvian Bowling Federation and make that happen.
Yes, that's believe it or not, part of the stuff I try to do.
Yeah, exactly. Try to help out where we can.
Yeah.
But of the 13 countries that are going to be at the PABCON Women's, only 9 are fielding full teams of 6.
Yeah, Aruba always has a hard time getting a full team, but they have Camilla Dahmers.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That she's a dominant bowler, and she'll have multiple opportunities for medals despite not having a full team there. And you know, Mexico is always solid. Colombia is always solid. Venezuela is always solid. U.S., you know, Canada. So there'll be some great teams. Actually, Costa Rica did fantastic at the Pan Am Sports Festival, and it doesn't look like they're sending a full team, which is a little surprising to me.
They've got 3 women going. This is as of last week, but I would imagine that everybody who's planning to bowl has already submitted their information, but you never know in PABCON. Sometimes it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, sometimes they're waiting for government approval, and that can be very late.
Sometimes people just show up.
Yeah, that's true too.
We've had that. We've hosted a few PABCON tournaments where you just don't know until the last minute who's going to be bowling.
Yeah, they don't show up for practice, and the next thing you know, they show up to bowl, and we don't have a spot for them on the lanes, and we're trying to stuff them in a pacer slot for the first shift.
Well, you're watching the last few frames of Game 5 here at the Summer Team USA Trials, second round for the women. Moving right along here, Kayla Johnson is in the lead. Shannon O'Keefe in second place currently. Ashley Rucker in third. Ashley on the featured pairs this game, bowling better this time around. Only had 152 last game. And can max at 224 here in Game 5. Somebody noticed, and I noticed this too, that there seems to be an unusually high percentage of left-handed bowlers in the field this week between the men and the women.
Yeah,
I haven't counted or anything, but I was thinking the same thing in practice when I was looking around, and there's all these lefties everywhere. I have no idea why that is or how that happens, but it's always good to have some good left-handers on the team if you know, if you can find some, because
there's
can be an advantage.
There's times where we go to a center somewhere in the world, and if we've been there before and we know that it favors the left side, you know, we usually want to bring our lefty. We usually only have one, maybe two, and right now on the men's team we don't even have one.
Yeah.
And
it's always good to have the option.
Yeah, because sometimes you just know that's what you need to do. It's just part of the deal. And I didn't count either, but I'm with you. I agree. There's 18 women, and there's probably 4 or 5 lefties, and it's much higher than I don't know what the national average is, 15, 18%, something like that.
Yeah, seems right.
And we're more like the 30 to 33%.
And there's a lot of the guys' side too.
Yeah.
Well, lefties have bowled pretty well so far in the tournament, and we'll see if that continues on the long pattern tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess I don't see it here as an advantage, right or left-handed.
Doesn't seem like it. We've had a lot of events here, and I don't really remember there being any sort of lefty-righty advantage on either side. And the lanes are not that old here. They're relatively new and kept in pretty good condition. So there's not really. It's not like we get a lot of open play here or a lot of league bowling. So they're pretty fair on both sides, I think, here at the training center.
Yeah, it's you know, not a high lineage house or anything, and
yeah, we get far less play than a regular bowling center would here.
Yeah, and yeah, we've had enough events here that if it was truly a lefty house, I think we would have seen something by now. And like I think Rhino Page won one of the PBA sport bowling shootout events here. It's about the only lefty I can really think of right now.
And when you have a high percentage of lefties, obviously they're going to, you're going to have some near the top of the standings just based on the sheer volume. And by the way, once again, I do want to say hello to everybody who is in the paddock, sitting on the couches. And if you guys hear this, wave to us and let us know you're watching and can hear us. They're sitting in there on the nice leather couches watching the bowling on the big screen, Bowl TV coverage. Seems to be much more comfortable in there than sitting out here on these bleachers.
Yeah,
in about 3
actually,
minutes they'll turn around and wave to us, I think.
But it's actually pretty full. I mean, this is not a big place. We don't have a huge concourse or anything, and we set up.
They just heard us. They're waving at us.
We set up the area, for the bowlers, but we do have a couple of bleachers, and they're full, and we've got chairs and everything, and they're pretty well filled out. So we got a good crowd here for the size of the event we have. So that's a good thing. It's always good to bowl in front of a crowd.
And they're all in there waving to us now.
Yeah, how's it in there? I hope it's nice and comfy in the paddock.
At least they're paying attention to the live streaming. Kayla with a big split there in the 9th, so she's going the wrong direction this game. Already has one open and only one double, so looking like a sub 200 game for sure for Kayla here in game 5. Ashley shot 213, and you know who stands to be the biggest benefactor of this would be Stephanie Johnson if she strikes out for 246. That would narrow the gap for her quite a bit.
Yeah, it looks like
Shannon's only at 180.
Yeah.
O'Keefe.
She's going to shoot right about 180 exactly. So not big games here. I said at the beginning of game 4 that usually we see a spike in scoring about game 4 and game 5, and we saw it in game 4, but not seeing it here in game 5.
Yeah, scores a little on the low side here. Ashley Galante, who's not too far, she's in 6th place, shot 216, so she'll pick up a little bit of ground on some of the folks that are above her. Just kind of chipping away at it.
Well, at last game, if you'd have shot 216, you'd have lost ground. So, so that's the difference one game makes. I'm looking up and down. I see a couple of 220s, but that's it. A lot of 190s. Tough, a lot of 180s. I guess we might see here Aaron should be 235 finishing up right now on lane 12. So that's the highest game I'm seeing across the house right now. And right after we talked about her, she went 10 pin, 10 pin, 9 pin, 9 pin, and she almost went pocket 7-10 there. So I don't know, maybe that's the Stremmel jinx. Since I talked about her, she couldn't carry, but she ended up with 234, so she's making up some ground.
Stephanie was 62 pins behind O'Keefe. So another strike and she'll catch her. Because Stephanie will make up 66 pins this game if she strikes out, and that could move her all the way up to, well, definitely above Shannon. I don't know that she'll move ahead of Ashley, though, and now she won't move ahead of either of them.
Yeah. But
she'll be pretty close. It's going to be pretty bottlenecked now at the top of the standings, especially with Kayla maxing here at 180 this game.
Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, and 4 are going to be pretty tight and going. We got 6 more. We got 1 more game today and 6 more games tomorrow on the long. So it's going to be interesting. On the guys' side, Michael Fagan had a 100-pin lead over 3rd place. It's going to be very hard for him to drop all the way to 3rd, especially on Paris. That's a pattern that I've seen him bowl very well on time and time again. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow.
It makes me laugh. After every game, the bowlers have to push the space bar to move the names, and every game they forget to do it. It's amazing.
I think you get used to it and get lazy because Tennille goes around and takes care of it for everybody.
I did it one game.
There we go. See, Ashley Galante, she's all over it.
That's right.
She's sharp.
She hit that button. Once she saw Tennille do it, she said, "Oh, I guess it's okay to do it now."
I could do that. I think I could do that. Let me try.
Now if we can just get somebody to do it on 9 and 10.
Ashley Rucker could step up.
That's
and,
right. Well, maybe it's going to be Kayla. Nope. Nope.
Oh, maybe.
Nope.
Oh, no.
Exciting live streaming here, folks. Who's going to push the space bar button?
I got $10 on. Oh, there's Ashley.
What? Is it going to be Ashley? Oh, and Ashley gets the gold medal for pushing the space bar.
Space bar medal. Fantastic.
They're still bowling pretty fast. I mean, they started like a half an hour late, and they're going to finish on time. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, we got
scheduled to finish at 5, so they're going to be right at it.
Yep, excellent.
If not early.
It'll be 30 seconds early.
And actually, I went out to lunch, and it was already starting to get a little crazy out there with the Oklahoma State Florida State game. Can you believe they're charging $50 for parking? And that was about maybe a half a mile from the stadium. It's just crazy out there.
Yeah, we could be charging for our parking lot for probably $20 if
probably
we wanted to, and it's about a 3/4 of a mile walk to the Cowboy Stadium. About a half mile to the baseball stadium, the ballpark at Arlington.
When you get that many people packed into this area for a game, you're gonna use up all the parking they can find. So.
Yep. And it's funny, we got a big empty lot, and we got a bunch of empty grass lot around us, and people are paying to park.
Well, last game, getting started here. Levi gets to watch Mom one more game. She's on feature pair again.
And she starts that one with a strike.
She's plus 87 today for 5. Pretty good total.
Yep. We should have new standings here in a second.
Yeah, I'm popping them up on the screen. You can see our new updating thing. Looks like my iPhone updating.
Yeah. This is our new...
after 5 today. Just today.
Yeah. Stephanie's... Oh, that's today. That's on the medium pattern. On this particular pattern.
And it should scroll through to the total after 8 games here as soon as it gets down to the 18th place. There it is. Kayla Johnson in the lead, plus 98. Ashley Rucker, plus 77. Shannon O'Keefe, plus 45. Stephanie Johnson, plus 38. And Christina Halen at even. So, yeah, it's pretty close. I got 80 pins or so separating the top 5. So, nobody running away with this thing just yet. We'll let it scroll through one more time for you so you can take a look at the standings.
Yeah, there's definitely some people there that can make a move tomorrow. We're bowling on Paris tomorrow, and it's not a impossible pattern. It's 47 feet, but it's kind of pattern that can open up, and if you know what you're doing, you can take advantage of it, and you can put up some pretty big scores.
And I said 80 pins. It's 98 pins. It separates first from 5th. So still.
Yeah, and we take the top 2, so there's definitely some room in there.
But if you want to take a look at those standings at your leisure, you can go to bowl.com/summer trials to check that out.
Stephanie Johnson with her second strike in a row to start off game 6. She's been making a move. Looks like she's got both lanes figured out right off the bat, so she has a good chance to continue that move this game. Kayla Johnson, 9 spare 9. So she's got to figure that out quickly to stay in the lead. Erin McCarthy with the front two. She's got some good ball movement on the back end there. She can keep that there without going high. She'll be good. It's gonna be. I think that's gonna be tough to do the rest of this game, though. Starting to break down. Just getting into that zone of need to make not just a little move, a bit bigger, significant move for the right-handers anyways.
Yeah, I saw the guys on the squad this morning make a big move the last game. Fagan started lofting it a little bit, moved way left. As you said, we'll see that a lot tomorrow, probably on Paris, especially on the guys' side.
Yeah.
You don't see the girls loft in the left gutter cap too often.
No, not unless it's a left-hander and it's a pretty tough straight pattern.
See if Stephanie can go 3 for 3 to start this game here on lane 11. Yes, she will.
It's got a little bit of hold there, so she's not somebody that looks like needs to make a bigger move. She doesn't have the back end quite the same as Erin does, though.
Yeah, not quite the same ball roll between those two.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this is our last game for the day. Tomorrow we start at 8 a.m. Central Time.
Yep, starting.
Women are on the lanes first tomorrow.
Yep, that gives them the chance to finish up first and get out of town if they need to get back home for work or what have you.
I'm sure some of them drove to get here.
Yeah, I know Kayla did from Washington, Illinois.
Probably need to get home to get back to work on Monday. So
it's a long drive, yeah.
Actually, Monday's a holiday, so
yeah, so
a little bit extra time.
Yeah, hopefully gives them a chance to get back home and have some time to get settled again. But we have the women start last on Friday, so they didn't start till after 6, about 6:45.
Yep.
And then they get done first. So you know, many of the women without a women's tour anymore, they got full-time jobs. They don't have the ability to take a lot of time off for team trials and then camp and then bowl queens and then go bowl, say, a world championship that we're asking for. So this allows them to make the team without taking a bunch of time off,
and really, it's starting to become that way for the guys, too, to be honest.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
I mean, there are less things for the guys to bowl, you know, with the PBA Tour kind of focusing their many events in one city over the course of a week or two and having several events during one stretch is really less of a tour than there ever was before. So a lot of guys, I think, are starting to find jobs as well. So it's harder and harder. You only have so much time off when you have a job. I mean, you and I know that. I mean, you only have X amount of days to spend off, so just have to carefully select them because it is a pretty big time commitment if you make Team USA. I mean, you're looking at a week to bowl trials, a week for camp. You know, if you get picked to bowl anything, that's another week or two, so it adds up pretty fast. And if you want to bowl the Queens of the U.S. Women's Open or the Masters, then, you know, it's tough to find the time.
Yeah, but before you know it, that's a lot of weeks of the year, and you know, I don't have that much vacation. I've been working here for going on 15 years. So, you know, it's tough to get that much time off. You either have to have very understanding employers, or you have to pick and choose what's important to you. And I hope Team USA is important to everybody. It's just not always the case, and that's okay. But it's getting harder and harder to get that time. So this is one way we're trying to help. You know, we do it on a long weekend. You can come make the team in a kind of a long weekend and get back home and get back to work without hardly taking any vacation. Not to mention you're making Team USA for next year, so therefore it, you know, you'd have a full year of vacation for next year to have on the books to hopefully, like the women next year, bowl the World Championships in Abu Dhabi in November. So that'll be like a 2-week trip right there.
All right, Stephanie, front 4, trying to keep it going for Levi.
All right. Baby needs a new pair of shoes. Nice job. Front 5.
Yeah. And Aaron McCarthy's got the front 4.
Yep.
Things heating up a little bit here in our last game.
I don't know if Levi's rooting for her, though.
No, probably not. I don't know if they've met.
Yep, Aaron is in 12th place through 5 games today. And, you know, I touched on it before. She's got great ball roll. Got to focus on the spares and some consistency. And she's moved up the ladder at team trials. She's in 9th overall for the 2 days thus far, and she's getting there. She's gonna make it one day, I think. And that one went high. I think I predicted that two or three frames ago. She's the type of person that, with her ball roll and axis of rotation, she's going to need to make a bigger move. And she maintained some hold there for a few frames, but when she gets back to 10, she probably needs to make a much bigger move.
There's Stephanie, right side of your screen. Another one. Halfway there.
Yep, halfway there.
Never know. We could see one here.
She found it right off the bat, and it looked good. And it still does. Ashley with a lot of 9 spares this game, having a hard time getting a full carry. Got 3 strikes and 3 nines. Samantha Kelly with a couple in a row here, so she's getting back on track.
Sam, a former junior Team USA member.
Yep. There's a 3-bagger to get her heading in the right direction. I see Ashley Galante down on lane 14 has 4 in a row. I see Kayla Johnson has an open and no doubles, so she's opening the door a little bit for someone like Ashley Galante or Shannon O'Keefe or Ashley Rucker. Or Stephanie Johnson, of course, who has the front 6 and stepping up on lane 11.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be real close. Much closer on the women's side than it is going to be on the men's side. Going into tomorrow, Stephanie now with the front 7. I think it looks like Kayla could get past this game by 1 or more people, potentially, depending on how this thing plays out in the last few frames.
She got a strike in the 6th, so if she starts stringing on that strike, she'll be all right. But Kayla or Stephanie's really making a move here and could jump from 4th to 1st with this game. So Lucas is Danielle, one of our 224 listeners.
Yeah, I don't. 213 now. I don't think Danielle's watching.
She must have dropped off because she usually helps our numbers. My monotone voice does not help.
Christina Halen, who's in 5th, spare 7-bagger. over on lane 13. So
Excellent.
got some people making a charge here in this final game of the day.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see some bigger scores in Game 5, but we saw them in Game 4, and we're seeing them now in Game 6. So. They say today or tomorrow is moving day in the NFL. Right now it's moving game for the women.
This could prove to be an important game for some of these women here, especially for those who may not be as strong on the long pattern tomorrow and get as much as they can here this game. Create a little bit of cushion, potentially. But I think we're going to see the top of the leaderboard shake up a little bit after this game.
Yep, it'll be interesting. And then tomorrow, I think we'll have at least 5 or 6 with legitimate shots going into the day. Stephanie carries the 4-9 for her 8th in a row. It's tough to move in the middle of a 300 game, but she might need to scoochie a little bit to the left.
Did you just use the word scoochie?
I did.
Oh my.
Somebody bet that I couldn't get that worked in, and I did.
Yes, you did. Stephanie 60 pins off the lead coming into this game. Kayla Johnson's starting to heat up a little bit. She can shoot 235, so if they both strike out, guess what? Stephanie goes ahead of her by 5 pins.
Yeah, and actually Stephanie's already made up those 65 pins and then some. So
yeah,
actually exactly 65 pins right now. So
yeah, she's 60 behind. So
she's got 5
to work with there. So.
Yeah.
But Shannon O'Keefe bowling pretty decent. It looks like down there on 3 and 4.
Yeah, looks like she had about 4 in a row.
Yeah, she can shoot 258 if she strikes out. So some big games by the bowlers near the top of the standings this game potentially. All right, here's Steph, front 8.
A little high.
Ooh,
and tripped
hello.
the 4.
Tripped it again, huh?
Yeah.
Front 9. She's got a big smile on her face. Can only imagine why. Get a couple of breaks like that.
Yep. Yeah, normally if I get to that point and I throw 2 good balls right there, I'll leave 2 10 pins. So it's better to throw crappy balls in like the 8th and the 9th. That's
nice.
That's the way you get there.
Well, we'll find out soon enough if we're going to have our first 300 game of these trials.
Yeah, we had a couple 8 or 9 in a row by the guys, none of which were converted. I think we had two people with 9 in a row this morning. Am I right?
I believe so.
Yeah. So now we got 1 more with Stephanie.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can do a little camera work here and take a closer look at it. Let's see if I can work some magic here. Hey, sound's back. Sorry about that, folks. Stephanie, 287, takes the lead with that 287 game. Kayla Johnson, 214 last game. But looks like Stephanie Johnson's going to be your leader at the end of today. So thanks, Neil, for sitting in. We'll see everybody back here tomorrow for the third round on the women's side. Have a good night, everybody.
Very good. See you tomorrow.